Hello, children. Good morning. Welcome back to your English class. So, today we are going to learn a wonderful lesson from your literature text. Lesson number 6, The Boy Who Could Not Finish a Dash. So, students, kindly open your wonderful literature books to page number 49. Lesson number 6, The Boy Who Could Not Finish a. Students, this lesson has many incomplete sentences. Okay, we have to think what the boy wants to say. This lesson is about a boy who is unable to complete a sentence. That is, the part of a sentence is missing. So we have to think what the boy wants to say. Okay, are you all ready? Come on. The problem with me is that I cannot finish a dash. So after a, what comes? Sentence. Let's assume to be it a sentence. The problem with me is that I cannot finish a sentence. Okay, so this is the boy who is unable to complete a sentence. It doesn't matter if I'm speaking or writing, my sentences just kind of tail. Tail in the sense over here, that is, it is hanging, it hangs incompletely. The boy says, it looks as if my sentence is stopped. My sentence is incomplete. Sometimes they stop halfway, while at other times I almost make it to the dash. Maybe it is make it to the end. That is, whenever I read or write, it looks as if I have stopped or I have forgotten. The boy says that whenever he wants to read a sentence or write a sentence, it looks as if he has forgotten the sentence, that he has stopped. This causes me great problems, as you can see. So this is the problem the boy is facing. For my last essay, my English teacher gave me a grade of 0 out of 10. So in the last class, his English teacher asked him to write an essay. So this boy, he secured 0 out of 10 marks. Okay, so I have decided to, I have packed my, you will never find. The boy says that he has decided to leave. He has packed and he says that you will never find. He has decided to leave and go, and he says that you will never see me, because he has secured 0. The boy thinks that when he says that he cannot read or write, none will talk to him. He says that the moment everybody comes to know that I cannot read or write, so his friends may not speak to him. So he decides to leave. And he says that my problem is hidden. So now the boy, he leaves that place and he decides to go somewhere else. The boy says, I will start a new life somewhere else where I'll tell everyone that I am deaf and dumb. That way, no one will expect me over too. Everything will be all right. The boy says that I have decided to leave here and I'll go somewhere else where I'll tell everyone that I am deaf and dumb. He says that whichever place he goes there, he says that he is deaf and dumb. What do you mean by the word deaf and dumb, children? Deaf and dumb in the sense those who cannot speak. Okay, those who cannot hear or those who cannot speak. So they are said to be deaf and dumb. That is the problem. He can never write or speak, so that he can hide this problem. He wants to say everyone that he cannot read or write. In order to hide this, he says that he is deaf and dumb. So in this way, no one will expect me ever to, and everything will be all right. So now the boy says, I'm going to look for a job where I can communicate without. He says that The boy says that he is going to look out for a job where he can communicate without. I may become a sculptor like my mom was before. So the boy says that he wants to become a sculptor. What do you mean by the word sculptor? Sculptor is a person or an artist who makes statues. Okay, and here the boy says he wants to become a sculptor like my mom was before she dash that means she passed away. That means his mom is no more now. She passed away. So what do you mean by the word sculptor, children? Sculptor is a person who makes statues. See, can you see? This is a sculptor, a man who makes statues. So now the boy is searching for a job where he can't speak. He wants to work without speaking. So I'm really just writing this note to say. The boy says, I have decided to become a sculptor and I'm writing a letter. That is, he is writing a farewell note. What did he write in this farewell note? I'm writing this note to say bye. This is so painful. I could tear my hair out. What I'm trying to say in front. Well, you know what I want to say. So the boy is writing a farewell note, that is a goodbye note. Next. Jack leaves after writing the note. But two of his teachers, Rose Himani and Ravi Ben, who care about him a lot, are able to track him down with the help of another student called Angela Vora. Read on. That is, when after writing the note, Jack leaves the place, but two of his teachers, who are his two of his teachers? Rose Himani and Ravi Ben. And these two teachers, they care him a lot. What do? They are able to track him down. With whose help? With the help of another student called Angela Vora. Okay, at last they found Jack Pavan at his mother's grave, but he didn't look unhappy. He looked busy. He was holding what looked like a toothpaste tube and was carefully studying a statue of an angel at the end of the grave. What do you mean by the word grave, children? Grave means a hole that is dug in the ground to receive a coffin or a dead body. That is called a grave. So the boy, he goes to his mother's grave there. He turned his face as Rose and Ravi approached, but didn't seem surprised to see them. So the boy was not surprised to see them. Them in the sense who? His teachers, Rose and Ravi. The doctors can't cure, Jack told them. Loads of them have tried and they all I'm fed up of not being able to complete a sentence. So I decided to leave and find somewhere else, but first I want to try. He says that the doctors tried, but the doctors could not cure his mother. And what he wants to do now? He says he wants to do something new. What are you doing? Rose asked. Is that toothpaste? They asked. No, it's a type of glue. See, this is a glue. He says it's a type of glue used by the sculptor. That was used by my mother. Stonemasons use this stuff for repairing. I looked it up on the mother's grave. He held it up and Rose read the words on the side. Rockrete epoxy stone adhesive. What is this, children? Rockrete epoxy stone adhesive. This is the name of the glue. Okay. Ravi stepped forward. Can I help you? What are you doing? Ravi means, who is Ravi? Ravi is his teacher. His teacher, Ravi, said, can I help you? Then Jack answered, my mom used to be a sculptor. She made this statue of an angel just before she passed away, but you see it's damaged. That is, what was damaged? The statue was damaged. As his mother was a sculptor, what did his mother do? His mother made a statue of an angel. Damaged? Said Angela. It's damaged. The tip of the tongue has snapped off. What do you mean by the word snapped off? Snapped off in the sense broken. So this is the statue of an angel. Can you see? This is the statue of an angel made by his mother. So what has happened to the tip of the tongue? The tip of the tongue has snapped. It has broken. So Rose examined the angel's head closely. Angela was right. The angel on his mother's grave was singing, but the tip of her tongue has been chipped off. Chipped off in the sense it has been cut or broken. Jack held up a silver of grey stone. I've got the missing piece. I found it on the grave. It was right here at my feet the last time I saw. So I got the stuff and I'm going to mend it now. I'm going to repair it now. So last time when Jack came there, he held up the silver of the grey stone and he found that the piece was missing. And he found that piece on the grave now. He said that I am going to mend it, I am going to repair it, and he will apply the glue. And he is going to join that broken piece. Going to glue it back on? Angela said. Jack nodded. Ravi read the instructions out loud. Ravi read the instructions out loud and Jack followed them carefully. He cleaned the surfaces, applied a thin layer of glue to each side, and then pressed the missing piece back in place. It had to be held there for 3 times. So Jack read these instructions saying that you have to clean the surfaces and you should apply a thin layer of glue to the each side, and then you need to press the missing piece back in the place and you have to hold it for 3 minutes. Let me help you, Rose said. I will help. Jack said, no, I want to do this by myself. Let me help you, Rose said. Jack said, no, I want to do this by myself. So they all waited quietly, watching the boy until Ravi announced that 3 minutes was over. Was up in the sense over. It's time, Ravi said. You can see or you can leave now. Let's go, interrupted Angela. Now, Jack Pavan released the angel's tongue and stepped back. The piece stayed in place. That means what? The piece that was broken, which was fixed up now. It was a complete statue now. Now Jack said, that was a complete statue. The angel looked much better. That is, the angel looked nice now. Well done, Rose said. The boy grinned. I think it's going to be fine now, Jack said. It's nice now. Mom will be much happier. Then 4 of them stood looking at the statue for a few seconds. Then the silence was broken by the tinkle of passing ice cream seller. What do you mean by the word tinkle? Tinkle means a bell, ghanti, okay? When the 4 of them stood there looking at the statue, that is the complete statue of an angel, how did they feel? They were all very happy. They stood there for a few seconds. Then the silence was broken. How? They heard the tinkle of an passing ice cream seller. Then they said, come on, let's celebrate, said Rose, taking out her purse. Yay, Angela said. Let's get now some ice cream. Jack interrupted. That is, he said, stop, and said, let's eat an ice cream. So they saw an ice cream seller there. They all said, come on, let's celebrate it now. And all of them, they had ice cream. And this is how the lesson has ended. That is, the boy was happy. Okay, so this lesson has many incomplete sentences. Is that clear, children?